It's the Battle of Iberia, Portugal versus Spain. Who wins? Let's find out. So in this video I'm going to be looking at the flags of Portugal and Spain, and I'm going to determine which one I think is best. And at the end of the video I will also share your opinion, because I ran a poll asking you guys which one of these two flags you preferred. So let's begin by looking at the flag of Portugal. So the flag of Portugal consists of a vertical bicolour of green and red, and is charged with the lesser coat of arms of Portugal. Now as we can see, it's oriented towards the highest, so there is more red than green in the field of the flag. Now looking at the coat of arms, we see an inner and outer shield. Surrounding the shields is a device called an armillary sphere. Now this is a navigational instrument. It was used back in the day to measure distance, and this harkens back to the age of discovery, when Portugal and indeed Spain discovered the New World and laid claim to a bunch of territory there. So while I like the symbolism of the armillary sphere, and it's a great symbolism to show off Portugal's amazing culture and history during the age of discovery, it's not really appropriate for a flag, because as you know, coats of arms in general just shouldn't be on flags. They're usually way too complicated. So while I actually like the coat of arms itself, it makes this flag too complicated. Now I want to talk about the green and red. I don't know what's going on with myself, but when I see green and red together, it just really doesn't do it for me. It actually kind of hurts my eyes to look at green and red together. And I don't know if it's just me or if other people have the same opinion. Now when we ran this poll, we had a really interesting comment. It came from Kellen, and she pointed out that colour blindness affects about 8% of men and 1% of women, and the most common type of colour blindness is red and green. So in other words, these people can't distinguish red and green. And this is especially the case when you put the two colours together. When you separate them, you can kind of tell them apart, but when you put them together, it's harder to distinguish them. So she makes the point that having flags that have like green and red together is just a bad idea to begin with, because of this colour blindness. And that got me thinking about like my own disdain for red and green colours. Now I'm not colourblind myself, I can easily tell these colours apart, but I did find it kind of interesting on a personal level. So overall, the Portuguese flag, it doesn't really do it for me. It's got like issues with the coat of arms being there and being too complicated. And for me personally, the green and red just really just doesn't do it for me. Okay, so now on to the flag of Spain, and it consists of a Spanish fess of red, yellow and red, and is charged with the Spanish coat of arms. Now a Spanish fess, the term actually comes from this flag, not surprisingly, and it basically means a triband, a horizontal triband, where the center stripe is double the size of the upper and lower stripes. So as we can see, the yellow here is twice the size of the two red stripes. The advantage of using this is that it gives you more space to put a charge at the center. And Spain does this by having a coat of arms. Now as you can see, it's oriented towards the highest, just like the Portuguese flag does. And again, using a coat of arms is not a good idea. It's too complicated. And with this coat of arms, now I'm not a heraldry expert, but this coat of arms has faced a lot of criticism for a number of reasons. One being that the use of colour is not good. The yellow is too dark and it doesn't contrast well enough with the red. And also the purple line has a pink hue to it, and that's been criticized as well. Also the style of the design has been criticized. Critics say that it mixes Iberian heraldic design with French design, and that's not a good idea. So if any of you guys are experts in heraldry, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Here's the interesting thing about this flag. You could take away the coat of arms and you're left with a very distinctive flag still. Anybody would recognize as the flag of Spain. Now this is actually the civil flag of Spain, and to my mind, I think it would be a great idea to make this the national flag. Get rid of the coat of arms and just have the pure Spanish face of red, yellow and red as the national flag of Spain. Now I don't know what Spanish people think about it. If I had to guess, I would say they would prefer to keep the coat of arms, because I think people are kind of biased towards what they're used to. Alright, so that's a quick rundown of the two flags. So which flag do I prefer? I prefer the flag of Spain. And the main reason being that that green and red from Portugal just it really bothers me so much. I have to choose Spain, and like I said, the Spanish flag has got like this really complicated coat of arms, and that kind of ruins the flag in my opinion. The solution would be just to use the civil flag, but even with the coat of arms, I still prefer it over the flag of Portugal. Now, I do prefer the Portuguese coat of arms over the Spanish coat of arms. It's a bit simpler, and honestly, I really do like the armillary sphere, I have to say. Not just in terms of how it looks, but also the symbolism behind it. So that was my opinion. What do you guys think? Well, I ran the poll, and here is the result. And it looks like you guys disagree with me, at least the majority of you. 62% of you picked Portugal, and 38% picked Spain. So I'm with the minority in this one. I prefer the Spanish flag, but I can see why some of you might like the Portuguese flag. And to be honest, I think these are both pretty bad flags. Now, I'm sure Portuguese and Spanish people, for the most part, like really love these flags, and they're not too bothered about the principles of flag design, and they don't really care that their flags are complicated due to the coat of arms. So what do you guys think of these flags? Let me know in the comments. And before I end this video, we're going to do the mystery flag. In the last video I had a mystery flag. We had this one here, and the Ocean Dominator came up with the right response. This is the flag of New Orleans, Louisiana. So congratulations to the Ocean Dominator for being the first person to get it right. And so on to the mystery flag for this video. Here it is. Now I'm going to leave a pinned comment in the comment section, and if you know what that flag is, please reply and tell us what it is. And if you're the first person to get it right, I will give you a shout out in the next video. Now, if you like this video and this format of doing like flag battles, let me know in the comments what other flags you think we should do a battle with. So I'm going to do at least one more in the future. It's going to be the Battle of Great Britain between the flags of England, Scotland and Wales. So be sure to check that out. Check out that poll and have your say. Which one of these three flags do you prefer? Alright guys, so be sure to subscribe, like, share, do all that stuff. So until next time, see you all later.